Hello again, H3 Cruisers. Welcome back. So I want to talk to you guys today about a topic I have been circulating around for a bit, not here on the YouTube, but in personal life. And now, finally, USA Today has pretty much agreed that what I've been saying is probably most likely true. So let's get right to it. Okay, H3 Cruisers, before we jump into today's episode, yes, that is Liquid Death behind me. Just got it today. I may have sold my eternal soul. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, that's for a different video. That's only sitting here because I just got it, literally, right as I was starting to record this video. But I want to remind you guys, before we jump into today's episode, if you like the content in today's episode, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And if you're brand new to the channel, never seen any of the videos, or you have, but you haven't subscribed, make sure you look below the video. You'll see a red button that says subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Help us hit the 2,000 subscribers. It is greatly appreciated. Also, through the rough times, there is information in the description. If you want to contribute to the channel, feel free to. You don't have to. I don't even ask you to, but it's just there if you want to. So, greatly appreciated if you do. Now, on to the topic at hand. I want to talk about December and January. You've seen the title. Obviously, we're going to talk about something I can't say the words to because YouTube and their algorithm, and it's going to catch what I say. I can't say that word and all that. So, you know what's going around sweeping the world, right? Yes, we're talking about that. It's put a lot of us out of jobs and everything like that. But let's talk about that first confirmed patient in January. On January 17th, the one that came over from, the other country and landed in Washington and was confirmed. If you think he is the very first person in the United States to be actually having it and spreading it around the United States, you are very naive. And I'm going to explain why here in just a second. Also, let's go back to the very first one, November 17th, the very, very, very first. If you think they caught the very first person with it and confirmed it, the very first one, you are also naive for both. If you think the first confirmed is the very first one in those countries to have it, you're wrong. I will say that the best way to put it is this takes weeks to even show symptoms. Some don't show symptoms and are perfectly fine, and others do. The chances are that where it originated from, it had already started a couple months before that. Probably 2 months before is my guess. And I also think here in the States, it started about 2 months before. So roughly end of November, December, going into December. Now, where is my belief coming in with this? And I have talked to professionals because I got this. I was at the emergency room recently, tore ligament in my wrist, which I mentioned in an earlier video. But back in December, you guys that watch the channel regularly, and I thank each and every one of you that are a regular H3 Cruiser on here that continue to watch. But if you remember back in December, I was on with my daughter the very, very first sailing ever on Carnival Panorama. Her inaugural sailing and the second sailing at that. So we were on the ship for 10 days straight. That ship was brand new. It came straight from Italy to the States with no passengers, just the crew members. Now, again, it came from Italy, just finished being built. And the crew that came on board that got on in multiple different locations, including Italy and, Uruguay and Puerto Vallarta and, the other places, those crew members that got on the ship came from 77 different countries where they live, normally. So there's a wide range where people came from and the people that they're exposed to on a regular basis. Some probably came from China as well. Now, like I said, this takes a long time to notice. It can take anywhere from 2 days to 14 days to show symptoms. We had a Facebook group for our cruise that had over 700 members. Yes, a ship that holds 4,000 passengers, we had 700 plus of those passengers in our inaugural Facebook group. And 350 plus of us around days 7, 8, 9 started developing a dry cough. Now, most of us put this off because every single cruise I would go on, I get a cough towards the end, the dry air circulating, and it gets put off when you're on a cruise. You kind of ignore that dry cough because it happens towards the end, especially like when I go from that dry cabin air but ocean air and then come back to Vegas. I always, because it's so dry here, that I got to get used to, jumping back into the dry air. So I get a cough all the time from cruises. I kind of put it off. And personally, my immune system is extremely strong. I only get sick once every 2 years, and it usually lasts for a day, maybe 2 at the most. Well, 7, 8, 9 days into this cruise, over 350 of us started showing the dry cough symptom. And most of us put it off. Actually, all of us put it off because what's going around wasn't very well known at that point in time. It wasn't even really exposed in its originating country that it had been there. So no one was even thinking about that. It's over the head. Oh, dry cough from a cruise. It happens. Well, come back. I started coughing deeper, more often. Got to a point that I couldn't sleep for more than 2 hours at a time. And I have proof in my Fitbit because I have my Fitbit watch that I wear, except for this last week. But it tracks my sleep. The second I go to sleep, it knows. The second I wake up, it knows. I wasn't sleeping for more than an hour and a half to 2 hours a night because I wake up choking to death, coughing so hard. And it got to a point where I couldn't sleep for more than 2 hours. Even after I finally got over it, I was still only sleeping 2 hours. It took me another 3 weeks to get my sleep schedule back to where I could sleep a whole night because my body got so used to waking up after an hour to 2 hours, or an hour and a half to 2 hours, that it just became the norm. But like, I'd be dead asleep and start choking and literally wake up feeling like I'm going to die from this cough. And I was sick for an entire month. I stayed over at one of my friend's house a couple nights when I had it, and because of everything that was going on, and I, had to run that friend to work early in the morning. So I'd, at the end of my shift, I'd stop, but I'd stop at her house and take her to work in the morning and come back home and go to sleep. But the cough, like, they knew second I came in, because I'd come into the house choking on coughing. It was bad. It was a miserable experience for 4 entire weeks, maybe even longer. But it got real deep, and it was like that heavy, heavy cough. So before rambling on too much about that, we all had the symptoms of what's going around. But all of us who did go to a doctor, I didn't because I don't have health insurance. I don't have that luxury to have health insurance. I just can't afford it. And I don't even want to hear anything about how I can or cannot. Ignore that. Ignore politics. Ignore all that stuff. Just take what I'm saying. Listen, please. Okay? So anyways, the ones that did go to the doctor were all told the same exact thing. You're negative for the flu, but you have a nasty upper respiratory virus. All these people were given antibiotics, and the antibiotics did not work. So to think that January 17th was the very first case, and we just magically caught the first person coming in at the airport, yes, you're confirmed. You are the very first case, and you got it, and no one else in the United States. We can't even keep track of how many people have it now. We're trying to get testing in to figure out who has it and who doesn't. But I will tell you this. A lot more people live from this than what you see. Because a lot of people have had it and didn't even know they had it. They had a cough that they passed off as the flu that stuck around for way too long, or bronchitis, or pneumonia. All these cases, they're getting marked off as these other things when they weren't. And there's no way 350 of us got bronchitis and pneumonia symptoms from a cruise right when this was going around. So I'm not going to ramble on anymore. It's already like 10 minutes into this video. Thank you guys for watching this long. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. But leave your comments below. I want to see how many of you were sick around December or sick in January with this cough that did not go away for over a month. And guys, read the comments from these people that actually had these symptoms. And definitely, I want to hear it from you guys. So leave the comment below. I'll respond to all of them that I can. Obviously, if this video goes crazy and everyone comments, it is going to be hard, but I do appreciate each and every one of you that does comment. That's it, guys. I'm out for today. Next video, I'll talk about liquid death and how you can get some as well. But I'm out, guys. I'll talk to you later.